Growing up, I had a really bad childhood and experienced a lot of things that no child should ever have to go through. My mother left us when I was 8. She would leave and come back and leave and come back, and my father was really known as the town drunk. And I would sit up late at night and wait for him, because sometimes when he would come home drunk, he would be so drunk he literally could not make it to his bed. And sometimes it would be happy drunk daddy that came to the door, and sometimes it would be mean drunk daddy. One night I was sitting there and watching TV, and there was an old movie on called How Green Was My Valley. And in the movie there's a scene where there is a preacher who's helping a little boy about 9 years old who's crippled. It just really hit me because he talks to the boy about how to pray to be strong. And it just hit me all of a sudden, God, that's how I need to be. I need to be strong. No matter what I'm going through, no matter what's happening with daddy or family or whatever, I just have to be strong. A year ago this past November, I went to the doctor thinking I had a urine infection, and we discovered that I had bladder cancer. It was actually stage 4 cancer and had gone into the lymph nodes. We were told I had 4 to 6 months to live. If we removed the bladder and did chemo, that I had a 50-50 chance. One night when I was going through chemo, I was about midway through the chemo. I had not slept in 3 nights. The pain going through from the port being infected and all of the other things going wrong, and I was feeling so weak that night. So I went downstairs and I started talking to the Lord, and I was telling God, you know, Lord, everybody keeps telling me I'm so strong and how strong I am, and I'm not strong. I hurt and I'm in pain. And I said, God, I need you. I need a hug. And I turned the TV on, but I didn't look at it. I just turned it on, and I was still just staring straight ahead and just, oh, please, God, I just need something. I just need to know you're there. And I turned to look at it, and that exact scene of that pastor talking to that little boy is on TV. And I turned the sound up and heard those words all over again of how that preacher was telling that young boy to be. And once again, I was that little child from 50 years ago that needed something from God and needed to realize I need to be strong, and this is what I need to do. I curled up in a ball on the couch that night and just cried. And I wasn't crying because I have cancer, and I wasn't crying because of the pain and all the problems I was going through, or the roller coaster ride we'd been on, you know, good news and bad news and everything. I curled up in a ball and I cried because I felt my loving Father's arms around me. And He gave me just what I needed at that moment in time, to have the strength to get through this and to have the strength I needed. If I die, if the Lord chooses to take me home, like I said, I'm okay with that. And sometimes the answer is not what we want it to be, but the Lord can use it. When we were going over for chemo, I just pray, Lord, give me someone. Every time without fail, the Lord brought someone across my path that needed to hear about God, that needed to hear that there is hope and that the Lord loved them, hoping that maybe someone comes to know the Lord through this, or maybe, just maybe, somebody that needed a little pick-me-up that day and here's something I said to them in passing at the store or wherever, you know, that it helped them. I want people to know what the Lord can do, and I want people to understand that their hope is in Christ and that He's there for you no matter what. And just trying to share what God has done and how, yeah, this is some pretty awful stuff, but hey, I'm alive. And right now, you know, my scans have been clear, and I'm going to take every day and celebrate it and thank the Lord for it, and whatever comes my way, rejoice in the Lord.